What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Venom issue number 31. This is going to be part 1 of the Symbiosis Necrosis, the 4-part story event that is going to be taking place between the Venom and Carnage titles. In the last issue of Venom, issue number 30, what we saw is Carnage making his way to the symbiote garden, the garden at the end of all time, a garden made up completely of symbiotes. And while we thought Meridius was about to take down Eddie Brock, or there was going to be an epic battle, somehow Carnage broke through Meridius, killed Meridius on the spot, and then got ready to take on Eddie Brock himself, while also letting Eddie Brock know that he killed Dylan. This issue is going to be taking us to when that happened, with Carnage returning to Earth, doing his whole little church thing in his own Carnage line. He is now seeking out his old adversary. He is looking for Eddie Brock, but what he's going to find is Dylan Brock. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with a cop. On his way to work for the day, this is where he runs into Cletus Cassidy. The cop doesn't know it at the time, but this is going to be the last person that he ever talks to. Seeming a little bit off the wall for its opening pages, all of this will make sense as we get further down the line. But to make sense of it, we have to pick up later that day. We pick up with Dylan Brock trying to get a job, with his father disappearing, him only being a teenager. He has no money, he can't buy groceries, he can't pay rent, he can literally do nothing right now, and so he has to get a job. This is what leads him to a job on the docks, moving boxes from one place to another. After about 30 minutes, Venom is already getting bored. He is sick and tired of doing this already. As one of the other employees goes into the other room, he opens up the door, and what they find is an absolute bloodbath. Written in blood on the ground, saying, "Where is Eddie?" Venom feels Dylan's shock. The shock, fear, and disbelief. What he finds here is his backpack that was at home. Someone has been to the brownstone. In Venom's mind, there is no one else that could have done this but Carnage. In that backpack, there is a bomb. Venom drops it, and he goes flying out of this place as it erupts in flames. Now, this is unique because we haven't seen Venom using the wings much, thinking that maybe this was just a feat that he had when he was with Eddie Brock, bonded to Eddie Brock. But it appears that this is something Dylan can also use. Now they need to go get some answers. This is what leads them back to the brownstone, back to the apartment. As they get on the rooftop, someone is tied to the door. The landlady is tied to the door. Here with a message for Venom saying, "Where is Eddie?" Rushing down into the apartment, this is where they find that cop, strung up, appearing to be bleeding out all over the place. As Venom investigates the scene, something someone had said, innocent deaths is always unpleasant. This is something that they said back in the day. Eddie's words. All those years ago, the man that he had killed. He knows where to go. This is what takes them to Our Lady of Saints Church. This is where Eddie and Venom met. That back then, they weren't good. The misery and the instincts together, they did so many bad things. Carnage knows this. As Venom goes inside the church, Carnage demands to talk to the boy. Dylan's face being revealed, Carnage now confirms that this is not Eddie. He thought maybe it would be Eddie, maybe Eddie would come and run and save his boy. This is where Carnage kinda tries to relate to him, saying that he knows what it's like to have bad parents. Parents that kinda just don't care, give up on you, and you realize that your parents are just people. Flawed, miserable people. But asking, "Where is your father?" Dylan continues to let him know that he doesn't know, but he is under the impression that Dylan can call out to him, asking if this is what Carnage really wants. And what Carnage says is what he wants is to kill, and that Dylan's gotta understand how it is to kill. While Dylan will say that he doesn't kill, Venom has. Venom knows how to. This is where he goes on to let him know that the symbiote, Venom, is keeping things from you. There are memories he's not allowing you to access. That if you are truly bonded together, You would know how it feels to kill someone. You would feel everything that he has ever felt. You would know every secret that he has ever kept. This is where Venom comes out and he gets ready to attack Carnage. But then Dylan gets yanked up. A bell ringing, but Venom doesn't hesitate. He jumps up and he grabs him. The two of them falling down to the ground. This is when Carnage takes his opportunity and he stabs Venom in the back, asking him, if you bleed, will Eddie come for you? Will he come save your life? But Venom tells him that he doesn't need saving. Though Carnage wasn't talking to him, he was talking to Dylan, who is going to save Dylan from Venom. Why would Venom lie to you? Why has he kept these secrets from you? Would Eddie Brock even be a killer without you? Or what about Anne, Dylan's mother? Where would she be if she never met you? Carnage says that she would be alive, telling Dylan that he will show him what he truly is. He will show what Venom is, as the two symbiotes begin to intertwine, battling one another for dominance, with Venom and Dylan both bonding back together. This is where Carnage takes his opportunity to dive into their minds, to find out where Eddie is. He sees the hive mind, and then they dive into the mind, the memories of Venom, of what happened to Anne. The guilt of killing someone would be the beginning of her end. When Carnage steers their thoughts towards Eddie, they feel his depression, his desperation to keep Venom out. But deep down, Dylan is hurt. Dylan is angry. Dylan is ready. Carnage pulls Dylan from Venom. What hurt Venom the most in this is that Dylan, he didn't resist. Now in the clutches of Carnage, he tells him that he usually kills for joy, but when it comes to Dylan, this is a mercy killing, as one of the spider legs of Carnage pierces through the back of Dylan. It rips through him. As the world around him fades, Dylan expects to see some kind of light, something to guide him to whatever comes next. But there is no light, only the freezing blackness, the black goo swallowing him up. And then Dylan falls. Dylan lands in the unbeyond. Dylan has made his way to the eventuality. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Finally, we're getting to it. This 4-issue event is going to be crossing over everything from Meridius, everything from Carnage, everything from Venom, Eddie Brock, Dylan. It's all coming together. Finally. And so like we saw in the last issue, Carnage makes his way to the end of time. This is how he does it. He does it through Dylan and Venom. Now, Carnage was already told that in this war against Eddie Brock, Dylan is going to be his strongest weapon. This is why he brought up Anne. This is why he has brought up the sins of Venom. Dylan didn't know any of this. But now learning this information, learning what happened to his mother, he has stepped away from Venom. Of course, Carnage kills him, just like Carnage had said to Eddie Brock in the Garden of at the End of Time. But Dylan didn't die like they expect him to die. Dylan, he winds up at the Unbeyond, at the eventuality. Now, we all know so far, if you've been reading the Venom comics, the eventuality is exactly what it is named after. This is what Eddie Brock eventually will become. The inevitable outcome of his life will be this hand at the Unbeyond. We don't know huge amounts of what this means. We don't know its grander effects. We don't know really anything about the eventuality besides what has been told in the Venom comics. But now that Dylan is here, what does this mean? The eventuality was expecting him. Is he going to show him everything? Show him the true big picture? We already know the sword that Dylan wields, the power that he possesses. We have yet to really see him take on that form again. But now with Carnage on scene, all of this craziness going on, it is only a matter of time before he comes out. They are promising this to be one of the biggest Venom events to ever take place in Venom comics. So far, it's off to a really good start. It's being 4 parts, so I expect a lot of action, a lot of fun, and I really hope that they stick this landing. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with Venom and Carnage, check out the links in my description as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.